Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 2025 Regional Spelling Bee for King and Snohomish Counties. On the stage here with me and everyone else, about 80 of the best spellers in King and Snohomish Counties. Let's give them a big round of applause. All right, so who is here as a Spelling Bee audience member for the first time ever? Wonderful. Well, you're in for a big show. It's going to be a couple hours at least of pretty intense competition. We've been doing this here. This Spelling Bee, I think, was founded in 1999, so this is our 26th annual bee. Pretty amazing. I was thinking our first winner back in 1999 is probably now 40 years old, which is crazy to think of that. So someday, it's all lays ahead in the future here. All right. I'm Feliks Banel. I'm the pronouncer for the bee today. We will do all sorts of things that we do every year, and as the year progresses, I sort of forget about the previous year, so it's like we're doing it all over again. But the cool thing about this bee, in case you don't already know it, the winner of this bee doesn't have to go to some regional or some state bee or something. You go directly to Washington, D.C. in May to compete in the national bee. So this is it. That's the big show. So there's some cool stuff for the winner of this bee. Now, last year's winner, Declan Malady, is here on stage with us. I'm told. Are you there, Declan? Oh, there you are. Stand up just a second so we can see you. There you are. And so Declan's part of a long tradition of people who've won this bee and then come back and participated or competed in a subsequent year. None of this would happen without Town Hall Seattle committing to hosting this bee and producing it every year. Big round of applause for Barbara Sauerman and everyone at Town Hall who does that work. Also want to thank Finney Books for their support of this year's event, and then introduce our musical director for today's bee, Chris Jeffries. It's great. Chris will play when there's breaks between the different rounds and everything, and when he just kind of adds a whole element of, I don't think there's any other bee in the country that has their own accompanist, so we're grateful to Chris for that. Grateful to Town Hall for adding that when they did a few years ago. Now I want to introduce our judges. Sitting down front, we have Kathy Doherty Goldfarb, Abby Gross-Keck, and Marty Westerman. They'll be following along very carefully as the spellers do the spelling. And sitting next to me is John Murphy, who's our rules judge. This bee wouldn't happen without a huge number of volunteers, so big round of applause for all our volunteers. And for those most unsung heroes of the spelling bee, the families of the spellers who get them here for the bee today, and all the preparations that go on behind the scenes. So thank you all for that. We'll be using the suggested rules for local spelling bees as laid out by Scripps, the organizer of the National Bee. Here's essentially how it works. The bee proceeds in rounds. The spellers will take turns coming up to that microphone over there. I'll say the word to be spelled, and I'll tell them if it's a homonym or if it could be confused with another word. For all words like that, I'll also automatically give the definition in the part of speech of the word that the speller is being asked to spell. So each speller is asked to say the word, spell the word, and then say the word again to indicate that the spelling is completed. Job of me is to help the speller know as much as they can about the word, including they can ask me, excuse me, they can ask me to pronounce the word again, to define the word, use it in a sentence, give the part of speech, let them know if there are any alternative pronunciations, and provide the language of origin. So again, you can ask me to say the word again, define the word, give you a sentence, part of speech, if there are alternate pronunciations, and provide the language of origin. Now, once the speller begins spelling, he or she may stop and start the word over again, but in retracing, he or she must say the letters in the exact same sequence as previously pronounced. If the sequence changes, the speller will be eliminated, and they'll hear this sound. Let's hear that one more time. This is the sound you hear if you... There we go. Okay. And the speller can then rejoin his or her family in the audience at that point. When we get down to some of the later rounds, there's fewer spellers on stage. The rules change slightly, and so we'll explain that as we get to that part. And I'm always supposed to give the correct spelling of the word once if somebody misspells it. I always forget to do that when we start off, but I'll do my best to try to remember to do that. A couple alternate spellers I want to announce. Speller number 50 is Yaroslav Bernat for the UCIC School and Learning Center. Speller 59 is Sungju Lee, Cougar Ridge Elementary School, and I apologize if I mispronounced either of those names. Isn't that be ironic to have the pronouncer mispronouncing the names? I know, it's terrible. All right, one thing we always say before we start is, it seems obvious, but it's important to not spell along out aloud during while the spellers are giving their words. We know many of you are really great spellers and are proud of that. Just keep the pride under your hat today. Now, it's been a year since we've done this. It's been exactly a year, actually. I always like to practice by having a little mini bee with some adults. Can I have 3 adults who think they're pretty good spellers? Raise their hands who want to come up and do a little bee with us on stage. You, ma'am, right there. I need 1 more. No, 2 more, actually. There's no good spellers here today? Come on. Is anyone? You there, way in the back, striped. You, sir, there. Perfect. And find your way up onto the stage here. Probably over on that side is going to be easier, the way it's kind of... See, Chris is doing his thing. He's playing music here, so we don't have to just watch people walk up on stage for 2 minutes. Put my foot up now. Get all comfy here. All right, come over to the microphone in the center of the stage, probably. Have you just all kind of cluster together there. All right, so you closest to me, you're speller number 1. Tell me your first name and what middle school you went to. Into the microphone, please.
Oh.
There's one, the taller one there is probably easier. There you go.
My name is Carolyn Kelly.
Carolyn. Okay, first names, no last names, please.
Oh, sorry. Scratch that. My name is Carolyn, and when I went to school, there was no such thing as middle school.
Was it a junior high? That's okay, too. Junior high or middle school?
Chester W. Nimitz High School in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Nimitz. Okay, you went to Nimitz School. All right, very good. All right, your word is cat.
Thank you.
It's a practice. Pardon? It's a practice bee. It's like we start out kind of easy.
C-A-T, cat.
That is correct.
That's correct.
Oh, whoops. See? No, that was perfect. We got our practice. I said that is correct, but that's really the judge's job. So we're working the kinks out here before we get to the serious part of the bee here. All right, speller number 2. Tell us your first name and your junior high or middle school.
Deidre, and I went to Evergreen Junior High in Redmond.
All right. Your word is dog.
D-O-G, dog.
That is correct.
Okay. Now, because this is the spelling bee, I like to pick on the practice bee. You didn't say the word first, did you? You just spelled it, right?
Oh, probably.
Okay, good. See, kids? See? All right. Speller number 3, your first name and your middle school or junior high.
My name is Jeff. I went to East Junior High in Great Falls, Montana.
What was the name of the middle school?
East Junior High.
East Junior High. Very good. Okay. Your word is mouse.
Mouse. M-O-O-S-E. Mouse. What?
There's always one guy every year who does that. Sounded good to me. I don't know what the problem was. Okay, all right. The correct spelling of mouse was M-O-U-S-E. But you can join your family in the audience, speller. Yeah. Wait, no, wait, there's still round 2. Spellers 1 and 2, you're still in the B. Come on, no, come on. All right, round 2, speller number 1, Carolyn from Nimitz Senior High in junior high, what part of Arizona was it again? Tulsa, Oklahoma. I'm sorry, I had Arizona. It's not a geography bee, thank goodness. Okay, your word is ignominious.
Ignominious?
Ignominious. I almost said that is correct. I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay. Ignominious.
Closer to the microphone, too, so we can hear you. That's also important.
Ignominious?
Ignominious.
I-G-N-O-M-I-N-I-O-U-S.
That is correct.
All right. Speller number 2, Deidre from Evergreen Junior High. Your word is obfuscatory.
Obfuscatory?
Obfuscatory.
Obfuscatory. OBFUSCATORY? Obfuscatory?
That is correct.
Congratulations, we have 2 co-champions. All right, you may rejoin your families in the audience. Thank you so much for helping out with our practice B. All right, I think we're ready to actually start off with round 1. Speller number 1, can you approach the microphone, please? Lots of pages to turn here. Okay. All right. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is gab. It's a noun. The definition is idle talk. Gab.
Gab. G-A-B. Gab.
That is correct.
Wasp.
I have all the information.
Wasp is originally from English. It's a noun. My microphone here. Get my microphone adjusted here. One moment, please, folks. Okay. Wasp, originally from English. It's a noun. Any of numerous winged hymenopterous insects that have well-developed wings and biting mouthparts and a more or less formidable sting. Here's the sentence. The well-known yellow jacket is a wasp with a hurtful sting.
Wasp. W-A-S-P. Wasp.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym. The word is carrot. It's a noun, the yellow or orange-red tapering root of a biennial plant that is used as a vegetable.
Can you please repeat the word?
Carrot.
Carrot. C-A-R-R-O-T. Carrot.
That is correct.
Talent.
Can I have the definition?
Talent is a noun, a special innate or developed aptitude for an expressed or implied activity, usually of a creative or artistic nature.
Talent. T-A-L-E-N-T. Talent.
That is correct.
Sunseeker.
Sunseeker. May I have all the information, please?
Sunseeker is comprised of originally English parts. It's a noun, a person who travels to an area of warmth and sun, especially in winter. Here's the sentence. After a lifetime in New Hampshire, Mr. Rashid became a dedicated sunseeker in retirement.
Sunseeker. S-U-N-S-E-E-K-E-R. Sunseeker.
That is correct.
Bumblebee.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Bumblebee.
May I have all the information?
This word is made up of English elements. It's a noun, any of numerous large, robust, hairy, yellow and black social insects that form small annual colonies and store up honey in their underground nests, often using for this purpose the cells vacated by the young. And here's the sentence. The nest of the bumblebee is usually underground.
Bumblebee. B-U-M-B-L-E-B-E-E. Bumblebee.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is groom. It's a verb. To maintain the health and condition of an animal's coat, such as that of a horse, by brushing, combing, currying, or similar attention. Groom.
Groom. Groom. Groom.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is latter. It's an adjective belonging to a subsequent time or period, coming after something else. Latter.
Can you please repeat the word?
Latter.
Latter. Latter. Latter.
That is correct.
Undertake.
Can you put it in a sentence, please?
Emily watched excitedly as the protagonist of her favorite TV show decided to undertake a new adventure.
Undertake. UNDERTAKE. Undertake.
That is correct.
Giggle.
Giggle. GIGGLE. Giggle.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is daisy. It's a noun, a low European herb having flower heads with small white or pink ray flowers and yellow disc flowers. Daisy.
Daisy. DAISY. Daisy.
That is correct.
Kilt.
May I please get the definition?
Kilt is a noun, a pleated wraparound skirt, usually of tartan, reaching from the waist to the knees, and worn by men and boys in Scotland, and especially by Scottish regiments in the British armies. Kilt.
KILT, kilt.
That is correct.
Blurb.
May I have the definition?
Blurb is a noun, a short, highly commendatory, and often extravagant publicity notice, especially such a notice printed on the dust jacket of a book. Blurb.
Blurb. BLURB. Blurb.
That is correct.
Candid.
May I have the definition, please?
Candid is an adjective indicating or suggesting sincere honesty and absence of deception and duplicity. Candid.
Candid. CANDID. Candid.
That is correct.
Atomic.
I have the definition.
Atomic is an adjective of, relating to, or concerned with the smallest particles of an element that enter into the composition of molecules. Atomic.
ATOMIC.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is element. It's a noun, one of the simple substances, air, water, fire, and earth, of which, according to early natural philosophers, the physical universe was composed. Element.
Element. ELEMENT. Element.
That is correct.
Become.
Become. May I please have the definition, please?
Become is a verb to take on a new role, essence, or nature.
Become. B-E-C-O-M-E. Become.
That is correct.
Endure.
Endure. Can I have the definition?
Endure is a verb to undergo as a hardship or difficulty, especially without faltering, giving in, or breaking. To suffer. Endure.
Endure. E-N-D-U-R-E. Endure.
That is correct.
Jersey.
J-E-R-S-E-Y. Jersey.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is peddle. It's a verb to sell or offer for sale from place to place, to hawk. Peddle.
P-E-T-T-L-E.
Could you repeat that, please?
P-E-T-T-L-E.
Peddle is spelled P-E-D-D-L-E. Shindig.
Definition, please?
Shindig is a noun, a usually large, often overly lavish party. Shindig.
Origin? What is the language of origin?
This word is probably from a word that is perhaps an alteration of an originally English word.
Shindig. S-H-I-N-D-I-G. Shindig.
That is correct.
Chortle.
Could you please repeat the word?
Chortle.
Definition?
Chortle is a noun, a sound expressive of pleasure or exultation. Chortle.
Chortle. C-H-O-R-T-L-E.
That is correct.
Spellers, it really helps the judges if you say the word when you're finished spelling. Disaster.
Disaster. D-I-S-A-S-T-E-R. Disaster.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is scandal. It's a noun, a circumstance or action that offends propriety or established moral conceptions or disgraces those associated with or involved in it. Scandal.
Can I have the language origin?
I beg your pardon?
Can I have the language origin?
This word went from Greek to Latin.
Scandal. S-C-A-N-D-A-L. Scandal.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is divine. It's an adjective, supremely good or admirable. Divine.
Divine. D-I-V-I-N-E. Divine.
That is correct.
Difficult.
Difficult. D-I-F-F-U-C-U-L-T.
Difficult is spelled D-I-F-F-I-C-U-L-T. Fleetness.
Can I get the definition?
Fleetness is a noun. The quality or state of being light and quick in going from place to place. Nimbleness.
Fleetness. Fleetness. Fleetness.
That is correct.
Cornily.
Can I have the definition, please?
Cornily is an adverb in a manner characterized by threadbare moralizing, exaggerated theatricality, or grandiose but commonplace sentiments. Cornily.
Cornily. Cornily. Cornily.
That is correct.
Regiment.
Can I have the definition, please?
Regiment is a noun, a body of soldiers commanded by a colonel and consisting of a variable number of companies, troops, or batteries. Regiment.
Regiment. REGIMENT. Regiment.
That is correct.
Manifests.
Manifests. Can you please give me all the information?
This word went from Latin to French to English. It's a verb, means shows plainly, makes palpably evident or certain by showing or displaying. Here's the sentence. The pop singer's latest album manifests a clear desire to be taken seriously. Excuse me. The pop singer's latest album manifests a clear desire to be taken seriously as an artist with challenging lyrics and ambitious instrumentation. Manifests.
Can you please repeat the sentence?
The pop singer's latest album manifests a clear desire to be taken seriously as an artist with challenging lyrics and ambitious instrumentation.
Manifests. MANIFESTS. Manifests.
That is correct.
Convention.
May I please have the definition?
Convention is a noun, an agreement between persons or parties.
Invention. INVENTION. Invention.
That is correct.
Judges? Can I guys for a moment? Sorry. You guys figure it out? You heard what I heard? Yep. Okay. All right, let's see. Next speller, your word is isolation.
Isolation. ISOLATION. Isolation.
That is correct.
Throughout.
Can you repeat the word?
Throughout.
Throughout. THROUGHOUT. Throughout.
That is correct.
Capacity.
Could you please tell me the definition?
Capacity is a noun, mental power, capability, and acumen blended to enable one to grasp ideas, to analyze and judge, and to cope with problems, maximum potential mental ability. Capacity.
Capacity. CAPACITY. Capacity.
That is correct.
Blandish.
Can you please repeat the word?
Blandish.
Blandish. BLANDISH. Blandish.
That is correct.
Mayhem.
Can you please give the definition?
Mayhem is a noun, needless or willful damage or violence.
Mayhem. MAYHEM. Mayhem.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be.
Can you turn your number around,
Very good.
please?
Very good.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Important rule everyone should follow. All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is caramel. It's a noun, a brownish orange to light brown that is lighter than sorrel or tawny and redder and lighter than raw sienna. Caramel.
Can you please repeat the word?
Caramel.
CARMLE.
Caramel is spelled CARAMEL. Attitude.
Altitude.
Attitude.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Tip the microphone down a little lower so your mouth, this microphone's kind of high right there. There you go. Oh no, careful. Let's get up here. Could you help with the microphone? Microphone's coming out. Hang on one second. We're going to make sure the microphone's the right height for you and it's almost falling out of its holder there. Sorry about that. Just want to make sure we can hear. Okay. All right. Say the word that you heard me say.
Altitude.
Let me say the word again. Attitude.
ATTIUGE. Attitude.
Attitude is spelled ATTITUDE. Flipperling.
Can you please repeat the word?
Flipperling.
Flipperling. FLIPPERLING. Flipperling.
That is correct.
Universal.
Universal. UNIVERSAL. Universal.
That is correct.
Truffle.
Definition, please.
Truffle is a noun, a candy made of chocolate, butter, and sugar, shaped into balls and coated with cocoa, macaroon crumbs, or chopped nuts. Truffle.
Truffle. TRUFFLE. Truffle.
That is correct.
Spellers, I need you guys to be quiet on the stage, okay? It's not fair to the other spellers because it's distracting, all right? Everybody shouldn't be talking to each other during the B, okay? All right. Slurry.
Can I have the definition?
Slurry is a noun, a watery mixture or suspension of insoluble matter, as mud, lime, plaster of Paris, or wood pulp. Slurry.
Can you repeat the word?
Slurry.
Slurry. S-L-U-R-R-Y. Slurry.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is emerald. It's a noun, a highly prized gemstone of rich green color. Emerald.
Emerald. E-M-E-R-A-L-D. Emerald.
That is correct.
Frontier.
Can I have the definition?
Frontier is a noun, a zone or region that forms the margin of settled or developed territory. Frontier.
Frontier. F-R-O-N-T-I-E-R. Frontier.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is gram. It's an adjective made wholly or largely of whole wheat flour. Gram.
Could you give me the language of origin?
This word is from an American name.
Graham. G-R-A-H-A-M. Graham.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is hatchet. It's a noun, a small axe with a short handle, chiefly used for cutting and chopping. Hatchet.
Hatchet. H-A-T-C-H-E-T. Hatchet.
That is correct.
Manure.
Can I get the definition?
Manure is a noun, material that fertilizes land, especially refuse of stables and barnyards consisting of mammal and bird excreta with or without litter. Manure.
Manure. M-A-N-U-R-E. Manure.
That is correct.
Version.
Could you use the word in a sentence, please?
Mrs. Jakes was not surprised when one twin had a different version of the story from the other.
Version. V-E-R-S-I-O-N. Version.
That is correct.
Quantify.
Quantify. Q-U-A-N-T-F-Y. Quantify.
Quantify is spelled Q-U-A-N-T-I-F-Y. Diverge.
Diverge. D-I-V-E-R-G-E. Diverge.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is wring. It's a verb to compress by squeezing or twisting, especially so as to make dry or to extract moisture or liquid. Wring.
Could you repeat the word?
Wring.
Ring. W-R-I-N-G. Ring.
That is correct.
Tunnel.
Tunnel. Tunnel. Tunnel.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is eruption. It's a noun, an act, process, or instance of forcing out or releasing suddenly, and often violently, something pent up as lava or steam. Eruption.
Eruption. Eruption. Eruption.
That is correct.
Sewage.
Can I have the definition, please?
Sewage is a noun, refuse liquids or waste matter carried off by artificial, usually subterranean conduits. Sewage.
Sewage. SEWAGE. Sewage.
That is correct.
Fomentation.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The fomentation of revolution in colonial America took place over a number of years and involved many well-known men.
Can you repeat it?
Fomentation.
What's the definition?
Fomentation is a noun, the act of instigating or inciting.
Can you repeat it?
Fomentation.
Fomentation. Fomentation. Fomentation.
That is correct.
Cooperate.
Cooperate. May I have the definition, please?
Cooperate is a verb to act or work with another or others to a common end.
Cooperate. COOPERATE. Cooperate.
That is correct.
Sequel.
Can I have the definition?
Sequel is a noun, a continuation, especially a literary work continuing the course of a narrative begun in a preceding one. Sequel.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The book was so popular that the publisher asked the author to write a sequel.
Sequel. SEQUEUL. Sequel.
Sequel is spelled SEQUEL. Extinct.
Extinct. Can I have the definition, please?
Extinct is an adjective that has died out altogether.
Extinct. EXTINCT. Extinct.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is vault. It's a noun, a room for the safekeeping of valuables and usually built of steel. Vault.
Vault. VAULT. Vault.
That is correct.
Crocodile.
Crocodile. CROCODILE. Crocodile.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is kennel. It's a noun, a house for a dog or pack of hounds. Kennel.
Kennel. KENNEL. Kennel.
That is correct.
Extradition.
Can I please have the definition?
Extradition is a noun, the surrender or delivery of an alleged criminal, usually under the provisions of a treaty or statute, by one country, state, or other power to another having jurisdiction to try the charge.
Extradition. EXTRADITION. Extradition.
That is correct.
Predicament.
Predicament. PREDICAMENT. Predicament.
That is correct.
Gardenesque.
Gardenesque. GARDENESQUE.
That is correct.
Platinum.
Platinum. PLATINUM. Platinum.
That is correct.
Bigotry.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Bigotry.
BIGGATREE. Bigotry.
Bigotry is spelled BIGOTRY. Arithmetic.
Arithmetic. Can I have the definition, please?
Arithmetic is a noun, the branch of mathematics that treats of the properties and relationships of real numbers and of computations with them involving chiefly addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic. ARITHMETIC. Arithmetic.
That is correct.
Exaggerate.
Can I have the definition?
Exaggerate is a verb to misrepresent on the side of largeness, as of size, extent, or value, to overstate the truth.
Exaggerate. EXAGGERATE. Exaggerate.
That is correct.
Physical.
FHYSICAL.
That is correct.
Felonious.
Hold, please.
Oh. So the speller who just spelled physical, we should have heard this instead, right? We should have heard the bell, is what you're saying?
We should heard.
Yeah, I think we heard that here as well. Okay.
Sorry.
Correct spelling of physical is PHYSICAL, and that was speller number, what number? 73?
73, sorry.
Okay. No, it's good. Thanks, judges.
Misheard it.
All right. Speller 75. Your word is felonious.
May I have the definition?
Felonious is an adjective of, relating to, or having the nature of a grave crime differing from a misdemeanor under English common law.
Felonious. FOLONIAS. Felonious.
Felonious is spelled FELONIOUS. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is existence. It's a noun, the state or fact of having being, especially as considered independently of human consciousness and is contrasted with the negation of being. Existence.
Could I get, can you say it again?
Existence.
EXISTANCE.
Existence is spelled EXISTENCE. Punctuation.
Can you repeat the word again?
Punctuation.
Can you give me the definition?
Punctuation is a noun, the act, practice, or system of inserting various standardized marks or signs in written or printed matter in order to clarify the meaning and to separate structural units. Punctuation.
Punctuation. PUNCTUATION. Punctuation.
That is correct.
Maidenhair.
Could you repeat that, please?
Maidenhair.
Could I get all the information, please?
This word is originally English. It's a noun, a palmately branched North American fern with fronds having divergent recurved branches, borne on a lustrous reddish or blackish stipe. Here's a sentence. Tamira was surprised to see her maidenhair begin to thrive as soon as the pot was placed closer to a window.
Maidenhair. MADENHEIR.
Maidenhair is spelled MAIDENHAIR. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is gruel. It's a noun, a liquid food made by boiling a cereal as cornmeal, oatmeal, flour, or flour in water or milk. Thin porridge. Gruel.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from an originally Germanic word that passed to French before becoming English. It's a noun. It's a liquid food made by boiling a cereal, such as cornmeal, oatmeal, flour, in water or milk. Thin porridge. Here's the sentence. As part of her report on Oliver Twist, Isabella made and brought in gruel for her entire class to try.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Gruel.
Gruel. GRUEL. Gruel.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. All right. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is drivel. It's a verb, means to talk stupidly and carelessly without due thought, knowledge, or consideration. Drivel. 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 Miss Bates would drivel on and on, but she was a kind soul.
Dribble. DRIBBLE.
Drivel is spelled DRIVEL. Rabid.
Could you use it in a sentence, please?
Rabid is an adjective, having some feeling, interest, or view in a violent degree. Rabid.
Rapid. RABID. Rapid.
That is correct. Oh, can you turn your number around, please? Thank you.
Whelp.
Can you repeat the word?
Whelp.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Wendy spotted the tracks of a fox and what appeared to be a single whelp by the path.
Can I have the definition?
Whelp is a noun, one of the young of various carnivorous mammals.
Whelp. H-W-E-L-P. Whelp.
Whelp is spelled W-H-E-L-P. Puritan. Oh! It's the phantom speller. We always do that. It kind of like you leave a set an extra place at the table. Never mind. All right. That concludes round one. Let's give a big round of applause for our spellers. So we're going to take a little break now for about 10 minutes. You're welcome to spend time down in the lobby, but make sure you come back here and spellers, join us back here on the stage in about 10 minutes. Thanks, everybody. Great round one with spelling. What? Pardon? All right, welcome back, everybody. It's time for round 2 in the big 2025 Regional Spelling Bee for King and Snohomish Counties. Let's have a big round of applause for everyone who's still on the stage with us. One quick question for the audience, especially in the back row there. Are you hearing me okay? Are you hearing me? I got big thumbs up. Very good. All right, thank you very much. All right, judges, are you ready to turn in your hymnals to the proper page? All right, I have to read this little announcement here. Spellers, we will continue the competition with words from the 3B section of Words of the Champions. These are the hardest words in the book. Congratulations on making it to this stage of the competition. Yeah, exactly. All right, so here we go with round 2. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is parquet. It's a noun, a patterned flooring, especially one made of joinery, consisting of an inlay of geometric or other patterns, usually of different colors. Parquet.
Parquet. P-A-R-K-E. Parquet.
Parquet is spelled P-A-R-Q-U-E-T. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is halcyon. It's an adjective, pleasingly or idyllically calm or peaceful, serene. Halcyon.
Halcyon. Can I have all the information?
Halcyon is originally Greek. This word went into Latin before becoming English. It's an adjective, means pleasingly or idyllically calm or peaceful, serene. Here's the sentence. Aaron spent the halcyon afternoon in his hammock.
Halcyon. Halcyon. H-A-L-C-I-E-N. Halcyon.
Halcyon is spelled H-A-L-C-Y-O-N. Toccata.
Can you please repeat?
Toccata.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word came from Italian, which formed it from an imitative Latin word. It's a noun, a brilliant musical composition, usually for pipe organ or harpsichord, in free fantasia style, and usually with many equal-timed notes in rapid movement. Here's the sentence. Jamila sat down at the church organ and played a fast Bach toccata.
Toccata. T-O-C-C-A-T-A. Toccata.
That is correct.
Internecine.
Have the definition.
Internecine is an adjective marked by great slaughter, deadly.
Have that a sentence.
In the past, the now peaceful country was plagued with internecine struggles.
Have the language of origin.
This word is from Latin.
Internecine. I-N-T-E-R-N-E-S-S-I-N-E. Internecine.
Internecine is spelled I-N-T-E-R-N-E-C-I-N-E. Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle, can I have all the information?
This word is from French, which probably formed it from a Latin word. It's a noun, means a French governess or nurse. Here's the sentence. Pierre and his family spend every summer in a house in the French countryside, accompanied by a cook and a mademoiselle to help take care of his younger siblings.
Mademoiselle. Can you repeat the word again? Wait.
I beg your pardon?
Can you repeat the word again?
Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle. Mademoiselle.
Mademoiselle is spelled Mademoiselle. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is meringue. It's a noun, a mixture of beaten white eggs and powdered sugar baked at low temperature and used as a topping, as on pies or puddings. Meringue.
Meringue. May I have all the information?
This word is from French. It's a noun, a mixture of beaten egg whites and powdered sugar baked at low temperature and used as a topping, as on pies or puddings. Here's the sentence. Thelma scraped the meringue off her pie and ate it first.
Meringue. Can you pronounce it?
Meringue.
Meringue. Meringue. Meringue.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is ferruginous. It's an adjective of or containing iron. Ferruginous.
Ferruginous. Can I have all the information, please?
This word's from Latin. It's an adjective, means of or containing iron. Here's the sentence. Nearby ferruginous rocks affected the direction of the compass needle.
Ferruginous. Ferrugenous. Ferruginous.
Ferruginous is spelled Ferruginous. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is arenaceous. It's an adjective, means growing in sandy places. Arenaceous.
Can you give me the definition, please?
Growing in sandy places.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Arenaceous.
Arenaceous. Arenaceous. Arenaceous.
That is correct.
Abomasum.
Can you put it in a sentence, please?
The abomasum secretes rennet, which is used in making cheese.
Definition?
Abomasum is a noun, the fourth or true digestive stomach of a ruminant.
Can you repeat the word?
Abomasum. Actually, it's abomasum, correct.
Abomasum. Abomasum. Abomasum.
That is correct.
Medulla.
Midulla.
Medulla is spelled M-E-D-U-L-L-A. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is phlox. It's a plural noun. Plants of a genus of American herbs having red, purple, white, or variegated flowers. The corolla salver-shaped with the stamens on its tube and a three-valved capsular fruit. Phlox.
Can I have all the information?
I beg your pardon?
I have all the information, please.
This word is from Latin, which took it from Greek. It's a plural noun, means plants of a genus of American herbs having red, purple, white, or variegated flowers. The corolla salver-shaped with the stamens on its tube and a three-valved capsular fruit. Here's the sentence. Dean planted phlox along the sidewalk to attract butterflies.
Phlox. F-L-O-C-K-S.
Phlox is spelled P-H-L-O-X. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is koji. It's a noun, a yeast or other starter prepared in Japan from rice, inoculated with the spores of a mold and permitted to develop. Koji.
K-O-J-I, koji.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is pico. It's a noun. Any tea of India or Sri Lanka made from leaves of approximately the same size, obtained by screening fired tea. Pico.
I have all the information.
This word is from Amoy, a Chinese dialect. It's a noun. Means any tea of India or Sri Lanka made from leaves of approximately the same size, obtained by screening fired tea. Here's the sentence. Thania offered Aunt Jane a cup of brewed pico.
Pico. P-I-C-O-Y. Pico.
Pico is spelled P-E-K-O-E. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is baccate. It's an adjective. It means producing berries. Baccate.
I have all the information, please.
This word is formed from a Latin word plus an English element. It's an adjective. Means producing berries. Here's the sentence, excuse me. Abigail helped her mom plant a pear tree and 2 baccate bushes in their backyard.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Baccate.
Baccate. B-A-C-C-A-T-E. Baccate.
That is correct.
Ivermectin.
Ivermectin. I-V-O-R-M-E-C-T-I-M.
Ivermectin is spelled I-V-E-R-M-E-C-T-I-N. Vilipend.
Can I have the definition, please?
Vilipend is a verb. It means to speak of slightingly or disparagingly.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word passed from Latin to French to English. It's a verb, meaning to speak of slightingly or disparagingly. Here's the sentence. Mr. Kelly never votes for candidates who vilipend their opponents instead of discussing the issues?
Vilipend. V-I-L-A-P-E-N-D. Vilipend.
Vilipend is spelled V-I-L-I-P-E-N-D. Connoisseur.
Could you repeat the word?
Connoisseur.
May I have all the information?
This word came from French, which formed it from a Latin word. It's a noun, means one who is an expert in a subject, especially one who understands the details, technique, or principles of an art, and is competent to act as a critical judge. Here's the sentence. The connoisseur who judged the culinary creations is a chef at a 5-star restaurant.
Could you repeat the word?
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur. C-O-N-A-S-E-R. Connoisseur.
Connoisseur is spelled C-O-N-N-O-I-S-S-E-U-R. Pappardella.
Can you repeat the word?
Pappardella.
Can I have the definition?
Excuse me, I said the last, let me say it again. Pappardelle. Pappardelle.
Okay, can I have the definition?
It's a noun. It's a wide, ribbon-like pasta.
Can you repeat the word?
Pappardelle.
Pappardelle. P-A-P-P-A-R-D-E-L-L-E. Pappardelle.
That is correct.
Rapprochement.
Can I have all the information?
This word is from French, which formed it from originally Latin elements. It's a noun, means establishment or a state of cordial relations. Here's the sentence. The small country has called for a continued rapprochement and exchanges with its larger neighbor.
Rapprochement. R-A-P-S-H-M-O-S-H-M-O-N-G.
Rapprochement is spelled R-A-P-P-R-O-C-H-E-M-E-N-T. All right, this word is a compound entry. You are responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is terranolius.
T-E-R-R-I-N-O-L-E-U-S.
Terranolius is spelled T-E-R-R-A, and if you're a speller, you don't have to say there's a space, so I'm glad I get a chance to talk about this. The second part of it, this compound entry, is N-U-L-L-I-U-S. Okay. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is Darjeeling. It's a noun, a tea regarded as of high quality, grown especially in the mountainous districts of northern India. Darjeeling.
Could you repeat the word?
Darjeeling.
Use it in a sentence.
Akshay's father will drink nothing but Darjeeling, even when Akshay gives him other fancy teas as gifts.
Darjeeling. D-A-R-J-E-E-L-I-N-G.
That is correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is hemorrhage. It's a noun, a rapid and uncontrollable loss or outflow. Hemorrhage.
Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage. Hemorrhage.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. Anaphylaxis. It's a noun, means hypersensitivity as to foreign proteins or drugs resulting from sensitization following prior contact with a causative agent. Anaphylaxis.
Can I have the part of speech?
It's a noun.
Can I have the language origin?
I beg your pardon?
Can I have the language origin?
This word consists of two originally Greek elements that both became Latin.
Repeat the word.
Anaphylaxis.
Anaphylaxis. A-N-A-P-H-Y. L-A-X-I-S. Anaphylaxis.
That is correct.
This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is runcible spoon.
Could I have the definition, please?
And you can use the taller microphone if it's more comfortable. There you go. The definition: runcible spoon is a noun, a fork with three broad curved prongs and a sharpened edge used with pickles or hors d'oeuvres.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Runcible spoon.
Runcible spoon. R-U-N-C-I-B-L-E-S-P-O-O-N. Runcible spoon.
Runcible spoon is spelled R-U-N-C-I-B-L-E-S-P-O-O-N. Oeuvre.
Can I please have all the information?
This word came from French, which formed it from a Latin word. It's a noun, a substantial body of work constituting the life work of a writer, an artist, or a composer. Here's a sentence. The poet won the award not for any particular work, but for his oeuvre.
Oeuvre. O-O-V-E-R-A. Oeuvre.
Oeuvre is spelled O-E-U-V-R-E. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is glacis. It's a noun, a slope used for defense against attack, specifically a natural or artificial slope that runs backwards, artificial slope that runs downward from the top of a covered way so as to expose attackers to firing from ramparts. Glacis.
Glacis. G-L-A-S-E.
Glacis is spelled G-L-A-C-I-S. Micellar.
Can I have the definition, please?
Micellar is an adjective of, relating to, or characterized by highly associated particles of a colloidal solution built up from polymeric molecules or ions. Micellar.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Micellar water is popular among some makeup artists and dermatologists because of its ability to easily remove waterproof makeup with no skin irritation.
Micellar. M-I-S-E-L-A-R. Micellar.
Micellar is spelled M-I-C-E-L-L-A-R. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is catarrh. It's a noun, inflammation of a mucous membrane in humans or animals characterized by congestion and secretion of mucus. Catarrh.
Qatar. Can you please give me all the information?
Yeah, this word is from an originally Greek word that passed into Latin and then French. It's a noun, means inflammation of a mucous membrane in humans or animals characterized by congestion and secretion of mucus. Here's the sentence. Catarrh can be brought on by infection, allergies, dry air, or chemical irritants.
Qatar. C-H-A-T-A-R, Qatar.
Catarrh is spelled C-A-T-A-R-R-H. Stygian.
May I please have the definition?
Stygian is an adjective, characteristic of death, deathly.
Can you please use it in a sentence?
A black robe, a papier-mâché scythe, and some grayish makeup completed Sean's Stygian Halloween costume.
Stygian. S-T-Y-G-I-A-N. Stygian.
That is correct.
Muliebrity.
Oh, could you use that in a sentence?
The new mother was awed that her body had sustained the life of such a beautiful infant, and as she studied her child's face, she appreciated the wonders of her own muliebrity.
Could I get the definition?
Muliebrity is a noun, the state of being a woman or of possessing full womanly powers, womanhood.
Muliebrity. M-U-L-E-Y-E-B-R-A-T-Y. Muliebrity.
Muliebrity is spelled M-U-L-I-E-B-R-I-T-Y. Sostenuto.
Can you repeat the word?
Sostenuto.
Sostenuto. S-O-N-U-T-O. Sostenuto.
Sostenuto is spelled S-O-S-T-E-N-U-T-O. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is caryatid. It's a noun, a draped female figure supporting an entablature in the place of a column or pilaster. Caryatid.
Could you please tell me the place of origin?
This word is from a Greek geographical name that went into Latin before coming English.
Caryatid. C-A-R-Y-A-T-I-D.
Keratin.
Caryatid is spelled C-A-R-Y-A-T-I-D. Trichinosis.
Can I please have all the information?
This word is from Greek. It's a noun, means infestation with or disease caused by certain nematode worms, contracted by eating raw or undercooked infested food, and especially pork. Here's a sentence. Madeline cooked the pork chops thoroughly, so there would be no danger of trichinosis or flavor.
Trichinosis. T-R-I-G-E-N-O-S-I-S. Trichinosis.
Trichinosis is spelled T-R-I-C-H-I-N-O-S-I-S. Locailani.
Can you give me the definition?
Locailani is a noun, a small, fragrant pink or red rose common in Hawaii.
Can you say it again?
Locailani.
Locailani. L-O-C-A-L-A-U-N-Y. Locailani.
Locailani is spelled L-O-K-E-L-A-N-I. Wushu.
Can you please repeat the word?
Wushu.
Wushu. W-U-S-H-U. Wushu.
That is correct.
Oh.
Blatherskite.
Can you please repeat the word?
Blatherskite.
Can you tell me the definition?
Blatherskite is a noun, a blustering, talkative, and often incompetent person.
Blatherskite. P-L-A-T-H-E-R-S-K-I-T-E. Blatherskite.
Blatherskite is spelled B-L-A-T-H-E-R-S-K-I-T-E. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is boudin. It's a noun, means finely chopped and highly seasoned meat or fish that often has added eggs or other enrichments and is shaped like a sausage and served as an entree. Boudin.
Language of origin.
This word is from a French word.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Maurice ate boudin with red beans and rice at the Cajun festival.
Boudin. B-H-U-D-A-N. Boudin.
Boudin is spelled B-O-U-D-I-N.
Turn your number around. Thank you, dear.
Pret-a-porter.
Can you repeat the word?
Pret-a-porter.
What's the language of origin?
This word is from French.
Can I have all the information?
Beg your pardon?
Can I have the information?
This word is from French. It's a noun, means ready-to-wear clothing. Here's the sentence. The fashion world was shocked when the actress chose to wear pret-a-porter instead of haute couture to the prestigious award ceremony?
Can you repeat the word?
Pret-a-porter.
Can you repeat the word?
Pret-a-porter.
Pret-a-porter. P-R... E-T-A-P-O-R-T-E.
Pret-a-porter is spelled P-R-E-T-A-P-O-R-T-E-R. This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is hoi polloi.
Hoi polloi. P-O-I-P-A-L-O-Y.
Hoi polloi is spelled H-O-I-P-O-L-L-O-I. Guan.
Can I have the definition?
Guan is a noun, any of various large tropical American birds that are highly regarded for sport and food, somewhat resemble turkeys in proportions and size, and are widely distributed in dense lowland forests.
Guan. G-U-A-N. Guan.
That is correct.
Synanthrope.
Could you repeat the word?
Synanthrope.
Could you please give me all the information?
This word was formed in French from originally Greek parts. It's a noun, means an undomesticated organism, and especially an animal, such as a mouse, pigeon, or raccoon, that lives in close association with people and benefits from their surroundings and activities. Here's the sentence. Ricky the raccoon, the neighborhood synanthrope, grew portly from his steady diet of discarded kitchen scraps and assorted trash.
Synanthrope. C-I-N-A-N-T-H-R-O-P-E. Synanthrope.
Synanthrope is spelled S-Y-N-A-N-T-H-R-O-P-E. Thesmothete.
Can I get all the information, please?
This word is from Greek. It's a noun, means a lawgiver, a legislator specifically, one of the 6 ancient Athenian junior magistrates. Here's the sentence. Joseph has a marble bust of a famous Athenian thesmothete in his office.
Thesmothete. T-H-E-S-M-A-T-H-I-T-E.
Thesmothete is spelled T-H-E-S-M-O-T-H-E-T-E. Prawl triller.
Can I get a definition?
Prawl triller is a noun. It's a melodic musical grace made by a quick alternation of a principal tone with an upper auxiliary tone, called also inverted mordant.
Praw-triller. P-R-A-W-L-T-R-I-L-L-E-R.
Prawl triller is spelled Pralltriller. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is apophagy. It's a noun. The small hollow curvature given to the top, as in a Doric column, or bottom, as in an Ionic or Corinthian column, of the shaft of a column where it expands to meet the edge of the fillet. Apophagy.
Can you use the word in a sentence, please?
The apophagy was likely included in the design of ancient columns to avoid cracking of the marble.
A P O P H Y G E.
That is correct.
Camembert.
Could you repeat the word, please?
Camembert.
Could you give me all the information, please?
This word is from a French geographical name. It's a noun, means a soft, unpressed cheese with a felt-like rind, having a characteristic odor and flavor produced by the presence of a blue mold. Here's the sentence. Amina served a ripe camembert after the dessert course.
Camembert. Camonbear. Camembert.
Camembert is spelled Camembert. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is soraya. It's a noun. Any of several trees of a genus of Indo-Malayan timber trees that are rich in resin, have flowers with twisted petals, and many of which yield valuable lumber. Soraya.
Could I have all the information?
This word is from a native name in Borneo. It's a noun. Any of several trees of a genus of Indo-Malayan timber trees that are rich in resin, have flowers with twisted petals, and many of which yield valuable lumber. Here's the sentence. The soraya is a common tree, and its timber is often seen in the international timber trade.
Could you repeat the word again?
Soraya.
Soraya. Syraia. Soraya.
Soraya is spelled Seraya. Beauceron.
I have all the information, please.
There's no origin given. It's a noun, means any of a French breed of short-haired, medium-sized herding dogs with a typically black and tan or harlequin coat and double dew claws on the hind legs. Here's the sentence. Millie was charmed by the hard-working Beauceron when she visited the French sheep farm.
Beauceron. B-O-H-S-O-R-O-N. Beauceron.
Beauceron is spelled B-E-A-U-C-E-R-O-N. Cotoneaster.
Can I have all of the information, please?
This word was formed in Latin from a probably originally ancient Cretan geographical name that passed through Greek to Latin plus a Latin element. It's a noun, means a shrub of a genus of Old World shrubs with small, numerous, and mostly entire leaves, and a fruit, a pome, containing 2 to 5 nutlets. Here's the sentence. Sidoni loved the red berries of her cotoneaster in the late fall, when most of the other color had gone from her yard.
Cotoneaster. K-E-T-O-N-I-A-S-T-E-R. Cotoneaster.
Cotoneaster is spelled C-O-T-O-N-E-A-S-T-E-R. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. Gasthaus. It's a noun, a German inn or tavern.
Can you repeat the word and give all of the information?
Gasthaus is the word. It's from German. It's a noun, a German inn or tavern. Here's the sentence. Kurt loves to order pretzels and bratwurst at the Bavarian Gasthaus.
Gasthaus. G-A-U-S-T-H-O-U-S-E. Gasthaus.
Gasthaus is spelled G-A-S-T-H-A-U-S. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is gerboa. It's a noun. Any of several social, nocturnal, old-world jumping rodents with long hind legs and a long tail. Gerboa.
Jerboa. G-E-R-B-O-A. Jerboa.
Jerboa is spelled J-E-R-B-O-A. Olage.
Olage, may I have all the information, please?
This word was formed in French from Latin-derived elements before coming to English. It's a noun, means the amount that a container, as a cask or tank, lacks of being full. Here's a sentence. The revenue agent verifies the olage that is claimed for each wine cask.
Olage. U-L-L-A-G-E. Olage.
That is correct.
This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is banh mi. It's a noun, a usually spicy sandwich in Vietnamese cuisine consisting of a split baguette filled typically with meat and pickled vegetables and garnished with cilantro and often cucumbers. Banh mi.
Banh mi. B-O-N-M-E-E.
Banh mi is spelled B-A-N-H-M-I. Volute.
Volute. V-O-L-U-T-A-Y. Volute.
Volute is spelled V-E-L-O-U-T-E. Podagra.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Podagra.
Podagra. P-I-D-A-G-R-A. Podagra.
Podagra is spelled P-O-D-A-G-R-A. Erythroblast.
May I please have all the information?
This word was made up in modern science out of Greek-derived elements. It's a noun, means a polychromatic nucleated cell occurring in red marrow as the first specifically identifiable stage in red blood cell formation and intermediate in characteristics between hemocytoblast and normoblast. Here's the sentence. An erythroblast is a red blood cell with a nucleus usually found in the circulation of fetuses and newborns.
Can you repeat the word?
Erythroblast.
Erythroblast. E-R-Y-T-H-R-O-B-L-A-S-T. Erythroblast.
That is correct.
Schwegel.
Can you please repeat the word?
Schwegel.
May I please have all the information?
This word is from German. It's a noun, means a wind instrument, specifically a pipe. Here's a sentence. The Schwegel is an important part of traditional Bavarian folk music, usually played alongside the tabor drum.
Schwegel. S-C-H-V-E-G-E-L. Schwegel.
Schwegel is spelled S-C-H-W-E-G-E-L. Coragenda.
Coragenda. Could I get all the information?
This word is from Latin. It's a plural noun, means lists of errors in a printed work with corrections. Here's the sentence. Readers of the news magazine were delighted when the editors decided that the coragenda should be more prominently placed.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
There's one. So I gave you the initial one, coragenda. There's also caragenda.
C-O-R-A-G-E-N-D-A, coragenda.
Coragenda is spelled C-O-R-R-I-G-E-N-D-A. Risorgimento.
Risorgimento. R-E-S-O-R-G-E-M-E-N-T-O.
Risorgimento is spelled R-I-S-O-R-G-I-M-E-N-T-O. Eleemosynary. Eleemosynary.
Eleemosynary. Can I have all the information, please?
This word went from Greek to Latin. It's an adjective, means of or relating to charity, charitable, philanthropic. Here's the sentence. Participation in eleemosynary activities is a graduation requirement at Janie's school.
Eleemosynary. E-L-E-E-M-O-S-Y-N-A-R-Y. Eleemosynary.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Quattrocento.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from Latin-derived Italian. It's a noun. It means the 15th century, specifically the 15th century period in Italian literature and art. Here's the sentence. Lorenzo de' Medici was one of the chief supporters of Italian art during the Quattrocento.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Quattrocento.
Quattrocento. Quattrocento. Quattrocento.
Quattrocento is spelled Quattrocento. Deseret.
Can I have the definition, please?
It's a geographical entry. It means a proposed state of the U.S. south of the 42nd parallel and west of the Rockies that was organized in 1849 by a convention of Mormons but was refused recognition by the U.S. Congress.
Are there any other pronunciations?
There's not.
Can you use it in a sentence?
The provisional state of Deseret existed for about 2 years and was often associated with the symbol of a beehive.
Root origins?
This word is a U.S. geographical name.
Can you repeat the word?
Deseret.
Deseret.
Deseret is spelled Deseret. Spiadini.
Can you give me all the information?
This word is from Italian, which formed it from a French word of Germanic origin. It's a plural noun. It means meat rolled around a filling or minced and rolled into balls, and then usually batter dipped and cooked on a skewer. Here's a sentence. The chef grilled beef spiadini over a hickory fire. Excuse me.
Can you pronounce the word again?
Spiadini.
Spiadini. Spiedini. Spiadini.
That is correct.
Burkinabe.
Can you repeat the word, please?
Burkinabe.
Can you give me all the information?
This word is from an African geographical name. It's an adjective of or relating to a landlocked republic in Western Africa or its inhabitants. Here's a sentence. Kwabena and Tessa cried tears of joy when they saw that their Burkinabe friends had come to attend their wedding.
Burkinabe. Burkinabe. Burkinabe.
That is correct.
Lebensraum.
Could you give me all the information, please?
This word is from German. It's a noun. It means territory that is held to be necessary for the existence or economic self-sufficiency of a state. Here's the sentence. The king was convinced that the country needed more land as Lebensraum.
Lebensraum. Lebensraum. Lebensraum.
Lebensraum is spelled Lebensraum. That concludes round 2 of the spelling bee. All right, while Barbara adjusts the seated spellers, musical accompaniment from Chris. Who in the audience was able to spell many, if all, of any of those words in the last round? Not very many hands showing. Okay. All right, everybody, thanks. Welcome back to Town Hall. It's time for round 3, the 2025 Regional Spelling Bee for King and Snohomish Counties. This has been great competition so far. Let's have a round of applause for our remaining spellers. And a round of applause for remaining family and community members of our remaining spellers. Yes. I just like hearing Chris play that. What would you call that? Is that a flourish? What is that you play like? Fanfare. There you go. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Speaking of fanfare, let's have our first speller approach the microphone for round 3. All right. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is opidun. It's an adjective. Means of or relating to a town or to town as opposed to country. Opidun.
Can you please repeat the word?
Opidun.
Opidun. O-P-P-I-D-A-N. Opidun.
That is correct.
Pahoe-hoe.
A hoey-hoey. May I have all the information?
This word is from Hawaiian. It's a noun. Means cooled, hard lava marked by a smooth, often billowy, shiny surface. Here's the sentence. The geologist showed the class samples of different types of lava, including pahoe-hoe.
A hoey-hoey. A-H-O-E-H-O-E. A hoey-hoey.
Pahoe-hoe is spelled P-A-H-O-E-H-O-E. Gaillardia.
Can you say the word again?
Gaillardia.
Can you give me all the information, please?
This word is from a French name. It's a noun. It means any plant or flower of a genus of Western American herbs having hairy foliage and long-stalked flower heads with showy rays. Here's the sentence. The Gaillardia often has bright yellow or purple blooms.
Can you repeat the word?
Gaillardia.
Gaillardia. G-A-L-A-R-D-I-A. Gaillardia.
Gaillardia is spelled G-A-I-L-L-A-R-D-I-A. Achernar.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word was formed in Arabic based on a Greek name, but it came into English via Latin. It's a noun. Means a blue star with an apparent magnitude of about 0.50 that is the brightest star in the constellation Eridanus. Here's a sentence. Due to the brightness of Achernar, Gigi thought it was the North Star until her aunt corrected her.
Achernar. A C R E N A U R. Achernar.
Achernar is spelled A-C-H-E-R-N-A-R. This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is Cyr Purdue.
C-I-R-E-P-E-R-D-U-E.
That is correct.
Weltschmerz.
I have all the information, please.
This word's from German. It's a noun. It means mental depression or apathy caused by comparison of the actual state of the world with an ideal state. Sentimental pessimism. Here's the sentence. Reggie's thesis will analyze Weltschmerz as a common theme in romantic literature.
Could you please repeat the word?
Weltschmerz.
Weltschmerz. Weltschmerz. Weltschmerz.
Weltschmerz is spelled Weltschmerz. Clara Hugh.
Can I have the definition?
This word is from an English name. It's a noun. It means a light verse quatrain in lines, usually of varying length, rhyming AABB, and making a statement, usually concerning a person whose name typically supplies the initial rhyme. Here's the sentence. Gabriel wanted to write a Clara Hugh about President Grover Cleveland, but couldn't think of a good rhyme.
Clara Hugh. CLERAHUE, Clara Hugh.
Clara Hugh is spelled CLERIHEW. Egrotat.
Definition?
This word is from Latin. It's a noun. It means a medical certificate testifying that a student is unable to attend lectures or examinations as a result of illness. Used in England.
Could you repeat the word?
Egrotat.
Egrotat. EGROTAT.
Egrotat is spelled AEGROTAT. This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is INNUCE.
INNUCE. INNUCE. INNUCE.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is Cheongsam. It's a noun, a dress of southern Chinese origin with a slit skirt and a Mandarin collar. Cheongsam. Cheongsam.
I have all the information.
This word is from Cantonese. It's a noun. Means a dress of southern Chinese origin with a slit skirt and a Mandarin collar. Here's the sentence. A frog button closed the teardrop-shaped opening below the collar of Yining's Cheongsam.
Could you repeat the word?
I beg your pardon?
Could you repeat the word?
Cheongsam.
CHONGSAM. Cheongsam.
Cheongsam is spelled CHEONGSAM. Gesellschaft.
Can I please have all the information?
This word is from German. It's a noun, means a rationally developed mechanistic type of social relationship characterized by impersonally contracted associations between persons. Here's the sentence. Diedrich held forth on his pet theory that Facebook was merely a popular Gesellschaft.
Gesellschaft. Gesellschaft. Gesellschaft.
Gesellschaft is spelled, I'm sorry, I was laughing at myself not remembering to say the word, to spell the word correctly. Gesellschaft is spelled Gesellschaft. All right. Duxelles.
Could I have the language of origin, please?
This word is from a French name.
Could you say it again?
Duxelles.
Duxelles. Duxelle. Duxelles.
Duxelles is spelled Duxelles. This word is a compound entry. You're responsible for spelling all parts of the word entry. Your word is Bezier curve.
Could I have the definition?
It's a noun, a mathematical bend that is often used in computer graphics to model fluid shapes and in animation.
Bezier curve. Beziercurve. Bezier curve.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is rhyton. It's a noun, an ancient drinking horn, usually with a base formed as the head of an animal, woman, or mythological creature. Rhyton.
Can you please repeat the word?
Rhyton.
Rhyton. Rhyton.
That is correct.
Naugahyde.
Naugahyde. May I please have all the information?
This word is a trademark. It's used for vinyl-coated fabrics. Here's the sentence. Vinny wishes that the recliner he bought was upholstered with leather instead of naugahyde.
Naugahyde. Naugahyde. Naugahyde.
That is correct.
Gurmukhi.
May I please have all the information?
This word passed to English from Punjabi, which took it from a Sanskrit word, probably partly of Dravidian origin. It's a noun, means the alphabet that the sacred texts of the Sikhs, in whatever language, are written in, and that is also used by the Sikhs in secular writing in Punjabi. Here's the sentence. Ikbir has a special calligraphy pen that he uses to practice writing the symbols of Gurmukhi.
Can you repeat the word?
Gurmukhi.
Gurmukhi. Gurmaki. Gurmukhi.
Gurmukhi is spelled Gurmukhi. Ocymath.
Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from Spanish, which formed it from Arabic. It's a noun, a twin window derived from Arab architecture, consisting usually of two narrow windows separated by a slim mullion. Here's a sentence. The primary bedroom in the couple's new home included an ocymath.
Okay. Ahimeth. A-J-I-M-E-Z. Ahimeth.
That is correct.
Durry.
Can you give me all the information?
This word is from Hindi. It's a noun, a thick cotton cloth or carpet made in India. Here's a sentence. The durry in Asifa's foyer is one she purchased during her trip to Delhi.
Can you pronounce it again?
Durry.
Durry. D-H-U-R-R-I-E. Durry.
That is correct.
Almuerzo.
Can I have all the information?
This word went from Latin to Spanish. It's a noun, means the first substantial meal of the day, taken usually just before noon, used in the American Southwest. When visiting Santa Fe, Luis usually ate a simple sandwich for almuerzo.
Are there any other alternate pronunciations?
They're not.
Can you repeat the word?
Almuerzo.
Can you repeat it again?
Almuerzo.
A-L-M-U-E-R-S-O. Almuerzo.
The correct spelling of almuerzo is A-L-M-U-E-R-Z-O. And that's the end of round 3. Big round of applause for the spellers. Yeah. All right. Let's have our first round 4 speller approach the microphone. All right, this word has a homonym or it could be confused with another word. The word is Sawan. It's a noun, a month of the Hindu year. Sawan.
Could you please give me all the information?
This word passed from Sanskrit to Hindi. It's a noun. It's a month of the Hindu year. Here's the sentence. The temple held a puja for Lord Shiva every Monday during the month of Sawan.
Sawan. S-A-W-A-N. Sawan.
That is correct.
Kakasti.
C-A-C-A-X-T-E.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is ataka. It's a verb. It means to attack at once, used as a direction in music at the end of a movement to begin the next without pause. Ataka.
Ataka. May I have all the information, please?
This word is from Germanic-derived Italian. It's a verb, means to attack at once, used as a direction in music at the end of a movement to begin the next without pause. Here's the sentence. Ataka called the conductor, pointing her baton at the violin section.
Ataka. A-T-T-A-K-A. Ataka.
That is correct.
Kappa Ra.
I have the definition.
Kappa Ra is a noun, a symbolic ceremony practiced by some Orthodox Jews on the eve of Yom Kippur, in which typically a rooster, hen, or coin is swung around the head and offered in atonement or as ransom for one's sins.
Can you repeat the word?
Kappa Ra.
Kapara. Capara.
Kappa Ra is spelled Kapparah. Aglaya.
Can you please repeat the word?
Aglaya.
Aglaia.
That's correct.
Tillamook.
Tillamook, may I have all the information, please?
This word is from Chinook, a North American indigenous language. It's a noun, means a cheddar cheese of crumbly texture and sharp flavor. Here's the sentence. The hikers snacked on Tillamook and apple slices.
Tillamook. Tillamook. Tillamook.
That is correct.
Zaibatsu.
Zaibatsu. Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from Japanese. It's a plural noun, means the powerful financial and industrial conglomerates of Japan. Here's the sentence. Of the original Zaibatsu, Mitsubishi is the most recognizable brand today.
Zaibatsu. Zaibatsu. Zaibatsu.
That's correct.
Thank you.
Sukapin.
Can you give me all the information?
This word is from a native name in the Yap Islands. It's a noun, means a large sailing canoe of the Yap Islands having a triangular sail and a single outrigger. Here's the sentence. Mariana was intrigued by the Tsukapin in the exhibit on Pacific Island cultures at her local museum. Tsukapin.
Is there any alternative pronunciations?
There's one. So here's the one that I gave you initially. Tsukapin. There's also Sukapin.
Can you repeat that again?
So there's Tsukapin and Sukapin.
Sukapin. Sucupine. Sukapin.
Sukapin is spelled Tsukupin. Is that the conclusion of round 4? Big round of applause. What do you think? One more here? Okay. All right. How about round 5? Let's have our first speller come to the microphone for round 5. How many spellers do we have left right now? There's 6 spellers on stage? Okay. All right. All right. First word in round 5 is Zamaka.
Zamaka. Zimocca. Zamaka.
That is correct.
Kwashiorker.
K W A S H I O R K O R.
That's correct.
Anisyconia.
Anisyconia. Anisykonia. Anisyconia.
That is correct.
Oh, yeah.
Tamalacatl.
Can you please repeat?
Tamalacatl.
Can you please provide all the information, please?
This word is from Nahuatl. It's a noun. It's a spindle-shaped stone in Aztec sacrificial rites to which an inadequately armed captive was attached while allowed ostensibly to defend himself against his executioners. Here's the sentence. The stone of Tizoc, which was rediscovered in 1791 in the heart of Mexico City, may have been a tamalacatl.
Can you read the word again, please?
Tamalacatl.
I'm sorry, can you repeat it again?
Tamalacatl.
T A E L A. Can you say the word again?
Tamalacatl.
A-L-O.
Tamalacatl is spelled T-E-M-A-L-A-C-A-T-L. Feldenkrais.
Feldenkrais, may I have all the information, please?
This word is a trademark. It's used for a system of aided body movements intended to increase body awareness and ease tension. Here's the sentence. Madison sought relief from the pain of a repetitive stress injury through Feldenkrais.
Feldenkrais. Feldenkrais. Feldenkrais.
That is correct.
Taoiseach.
Taoiseach. Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from Irish Gaelic. It's a noun, means prime minister, used in Ireland. Unlike the U.S. president, the Irish Taoiseach is elected by a vote of the Irish legislative body from among its own ranks.
Taoiseach. T-A-O-I-S-E-A-C-H. Taoiseach.
That is correct.
Thank you.
All right, big round of applause for our round 5 spellers. I propose taking about a 5 or 6, 7 minute break so people can use the restroom and the judges can confer about the next round and everything. Is that okay with everybody if we take a break and come back here in about 5, 6, 7 minutes? Okay. All right, everybody, thanks for bearing with us here for a little break. I'm going to start round 6 in a minute, but I want to take a moment to introduce our spellers who are still remaining. We have 5 spellers left here as we head into round 6. Speller number 3 is Arna Kumar, Rosa Parks Elementary. You're a 5th grader there. And then speller number 12 is Alex Yao, Federal Way Public Academy. 7th grade. Declan Malady, 6th grader at Snoqualmie Middle School, speller 23. Speller 58, 6th grader at Hamilton International Middle School, Raven Amrine. Go Wallingford. Let's see. Speller 69 is Sahana Sadagar, 8th grade, Inglewood Middle School. All right. Now there's something I'm supposed to say something here at this time. Okay. For these words here, I'm supposed to read this carefully. Let's see. Glad you said that, Barbara. In this round and as we go forward, even if you miss a word, go back to stay on your seat on the stage and we'll figure out at the end of the round what happens next. So I have to read this now. Spellers, we've reached the portion of the competition where we're moving into a different section of the list. The words leading up to now were studied as part of the 2025 Words of the Champions. The source for the remaining rounds will be Merriam-Webster Unabridged. All right. Although the next section of words might sound less difficult, you have not had the opportunity to study this list of words prior to today's competition. Okay. Our judges are ready, our spellers are ready. It's quiet in the audience. Feels tense. We can loosen up. Anyone need to do any stretching exercises to loosen up? I'm getting kind of cotton-mouthed late in the day, honestly. Oh, all right. So the first word in round 6, valviferous.
Could you please repeat?
Valviferous.
Can you give me all the information?
This word was formed from a Latin word plus an English element. It's an adjective, means having something resembling or suggestive of a stop, especially in regulating, checking, or permitting flow or movement through a passage. Here's the sentence. Clams and oysters have valviferous shells that they use to filter food from the water.
Could you please repeat the definition?
Valviferous is having something resembling or suggestive of a stop, especially in regulating, checking, or permitting flow or movement through a passage.
Could you please repeat the word?
Valviferous.
Valviferous. V-A-L-V-I-P-H-E-R-O-U-S. Valviferous.
Valviferous. Valviferous is spelled V-A-L-V-I-F-E-R-O-U-S. Puparium.
Can I please get the origin?
This word is from Latin.
Can I please get all the information I can?
This word's from Latin. It's a noun. It means the outer shell formed from the larval skin that covers an insect in the intermediate stage of development. Here's the sentence. Dean correctly identified the puparium as that of a common housefly.
P-U-P-A-R-I-U-M.
That is correct.
Graveolent.
Revealant. May I have all the information?
This word is from Latin. It's an adjective, means having a rank smell. The children, here's a sentence, the children became nauseated when they approached the graveolent swamp.
Graveolent. Graveolent. Graveolent.
That is correct.
Crebrity.
Crebrity. May I have all the information, please?
This word is from Latin. It's a noun, means the fact or condition of occurring frequently. Occurrence often repeated, common occurrence. Here's a sentence. Dwayne created a bar chart depicting the crebrity of armed robbery in his city over the past 10 years.
Crebrity. May you repeat the word, please?
Crebrity.
Crebrity. Crebrity. Crebrity.
That is correct.
Verbigerate.
Verbigerate. Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from Latin. It's a verb, means to repeat a word or sentence endlessly and meaninglessly. Here's the sentence. The psychiatrist explained that some schizophrenic patients often verbigerate.
Verbigerate. Verbigerate. Verbigerate.
That is correct.
Thank you.
All right, so speller number 3, Arna Kumar of Rosa Parks Elementary, 5th grade. You can actually leave now. Thank you very much. Congratulations. All right, now we go to round 7. And we go right into it. All right, let's have our speller number 12. Approach the microphone. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is gravid. Gravid, it's from Latin. It's an adjective, means pregnant. Gravid.
May I please get it used in a sentence?
Georgette looked online for ways to tell whether or not her pet python was gravid.
Gravid.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. Okay, the word is, let's see, ruservin. It's an adjective. It means of, relating to, or like a deer of the genus Ruservis. Ruservin.
Ruservin. May I have all the information, please?
This word is made up of an originally Hindi part and an originally Latin part, plus an English element. It's an adjective. It's of, means of, relating to, or like, a deer of the genus Ruservis. Here's the sentence. The graceful swamp deer of India, which belongs to the Ruservin group, is on the endangered species list compiled by the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And there's one alternate pronunciation, Ruservine.
Ruservin. Rucervine. Ruservin.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is milquetoast. It's a noun, means a timid, meek, or apologetic person. Milquetoast.
May I have all the information, please?
This word is from an American literary name. It's a noun, means a timid, meek, or apologetic person. Here's the sentence. Growing up in a family of loud and assertive people, Denise soon learned not to be a milquetoast.
All right. Milk toast. MILKTOAST. Milk toast.
Milquetoast is spelled MILQUETOAST. All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is chaise. It's a noun, a two-wheeled carriage for one or two persons, usually drawn by one horse. Chaise.
Chaise. Can I have all the information, please?
This word is from French. It's a noun. It means a two-wheeled carriage for one or two persons, usually drawn by one horse. Here's a sentence. Henry took his sister Jane on a tour of the village in his chaise.
Chaise. CHAISE. Chaise.
That is correct.
Thank you.
All right. Big round of applause for Raven Amrine from Hamilton International Middle School. And that was Raven Amrine, 6th grader at Hamilton International Middle School. All right, now on to round 8. All right. Maraschino.
May I please have the definition, please?
It's a noun. It means a cherry preserved in true or imitation sweet liqueur, often flavored as with bitter almonds, jasmine, or vanilla.
May I please get the origin?
This word is from Italian.
MARASCH. I know.
That's correct.
All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is fearn. It's a noun, the partially compacted granular snow that forms the surface part of the upper end of a glacier. Broadly, a field of granular snow. Fearn.
Fearn. FIRN. Fearn.
That is correct.
This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is biscup. It's a noun, either of two large sparid marine food and sport fishes of southern Africa. Biscup.
Biscup. Can I have all the information, please?
This word went from Dutch to Afrikaans. It's a noun. It's which means either of two large sparid marine food and sport fishes of southern Africa. Here's the sentence. The largest biscup caught on record was 47 kilograms or 103.6 pounds.
Biscup. BISKUP. Biscup.
That was Sahana Sadagar, Inglewood Middle School, 8th grader, speller number 69. And the correct spelling of biscup is BISKOP. All right, so now we have two spellers, so it's round 9. is where the rules change a little bit when we get down to two spellers. If one speller in this round misses a word and the other speller spells his word correctly and the next word on the list, that speller's it becomes the champion. So, all right. First word in round 9 goes to speller number 12, Alex Yao, Federal Way Public Academy, 7th grader. Word is subsultory.
May I please get all the information I can?
This word is from Latin elements plus an English element. It's an adjective involving irregularity of movement or advance, leaping. That's the definition. Here's the sentence. The winning players express their triumph in exuberant, subsultory dances.
Please repeat the word.
Subsultory.
May I please get another round of information, please?
This word is from Latin elements plus an English element. It's an adjective. It means involving irregularity of movement or advance, leaping. Here's the sentence. The winning players express their triumph in exuberant, subsultory dances.
S-U-B. Please repeat the word, sir.
Subsultory.
May I start over? S-U-B-S-O-L-T-E-R-Y, subsultory.
Subsultory is spelled S-U-B-S-U-L-T-O-R-Y. Oh, yeah. And Alex, stay on stage here with us too. Right. Okay. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. And this is Declan Malady from Snoqualmie Middle School, 6th grader there, speller 23. All right, it's a homonym. It could be confused with another word. The word is kirtle. It's a noun. It's a garment resembling a tunic or coat, usually reaching to the knees and worn by men, often as a principal body garment until the 16th century. Kirtle.
Kirtle. May I have all the information, please?
This word is originally English. It's a noun. The definition is a garment resembling a tunic or coat, usually reaching to the knees and worn by men, often as a principal body garment until the 16th century. And here's the sentence. Ethelred snagged his kirtle on the saddle when he mounted his steed.
Kirtle. C-U-R-T-L-E. Kirtle.
The correct spelling of kirtle is K-I-R-T-L-E. So we go to round 10, and Alex Yao joins us back here. All right, let's go right to round 10 here. Okay, the first word in round 10 here is barik.
Please repeat the word.
Barik.
May I please get the origin?
This word is from French.
Are there any alternate pronunciations?
There are not.
May I get all the information?
This word is from French. It's a noun that means an oak barrel used for storing wine. Here's the sentence. The barik is the most common type of wine barrel, capable of holding 225 liters or 59 gallons.
May I please get the word repeated?
Barik.
B-A-R-I. C-Q-U-E.
Barik is spelled B-A-R-R-I-Q-U-E. All right, this word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is she-fish. It's a noun means a large, oily, soft-fleshed food fish related to the whitefish and found in Alaska, northwestern Canada, and adjoining Siberian waters. She-fish.
She-fish. May I have all the information, please?
This word comes from a part that is probably a native name of Alaska or Canada, and a part that is originally English. It's a noun. The definition is a large, oily, soft-fleshed food fish related to the whitefish and found in Alaska, northwestern Canada, and adjoining Siberian waters. Here's the sentence. She-fish are traditionally caught by ice fishing.
She-fish. S-H-E-F-I-S-H. She-fish.
The correct spelling of she-fish, easy for me to say, S-H-E-E-F-I-S-H. All right, round 11. Speller number 12, Alex Yao, Federal Way Public Academy. First word in round 11, Tagua. This word went from Araucan to Spanish to English. It's a noun, means a palm yielding ivory nuts. Here's the sentence. The nuts of Tagua are used as a substitute for ivory in products such as buttons, dice, and guitar picks.
May I please get the word repeated?
Tagua.
T-A-G-U-A.
That is correct.
All right. And our word for Declan Malady from Snoqualmie Middle School, fodiant.
Fodiant. May I have all the information, please?
This word is from Latin. It's an adjective. It means fitted for digging or burrowing. Here's the sentence. The aardvark is a well-known South African fodiant animal.
Fodiant. F-O-D-I-A-N-T. Fodiant.
All right. The correct spelling of fodiant is F-O-D-I-E-N-T. Now, the way this works now, there's a 12th round that is only Alex Yao, and if he spells this word correctly, the next one on the list, he is the champion of the regional spelling bee for King and Snohomish Counties. All right, this word has a homonym, could be confused. This word has a homonym or could be confused with another word. The word is lure. It's a noun. Means a chiefly nomadic Muslim people of undetermined ethnological origin inhabiting a wild part of the Zagros Mountains of Iran. Lure.
L-O-U-R. Lure.
All right, so now we go on to round 13, and we have, Alex is up. Alex is up first again in this round. Yep. All right, so this is now round 13. Let's see, here we go. The word is Barabbas. Barabbas. This word is a biblical name. It's a noun. A prisoner who, according to Matthew, Mark, and John, is released in preference to Christ at the demand of the multitude, used in the Bible. Here's the sentence. In the Bible, Barabbas is referred to a notorious prisoner. I think they're missing the word as there. In the Bible, Barabbas is referred to as a notorious prisoner. Barabbas.
Barabbas.
Barabbas is spelled Barabbas. All right, and this is Declan Mallody's 13th round word. Shanghaied.
Shanghai. May I have all the information, please?
This word is from a Chinese geographical name. It's a verb, means to put aboard a ship by force, often with the assistance of behavior-altering substances. Here's the sentence. Pirate captains often shanghaied sailors, thus could never be certain of winning their loyalty.
Shanghaied. SHANGHAIED. Shanghaied.
That is correct.
All right, so now we give the next word on the list is round 14 for Declan Mallody. The word is jiva.
Jiva. May I have all the information, please?
This word is from a Sanskrit word. It's a noun, means the vital energy of life, used in Hinduism. Here's the sentence. The Hindu explained that all beings possessed of jiva are of two kinds, those who can move and those who cannot.
Jiva. Jiva. Jiva.
That is correct.
Congratulations, Declan Mallody. Are Declan's parents able to join us on stage? Could Declan's parents and Alex's parents join us on stage, or your families, your communities who are here with you today? We'd love to have you, both of you up here, our winner and our runner-up. Please come join us on stage. I want to thank everybody for being such a fabulous audience, being quiet and letting these kids do their own spelling. Really wonderful audience, wonderful families and communities that made it possible for these kids to be such great spellers. Special thanks to the judges who did all the volunteer judging and the people who organized everything for this bee, and Town Hall for letting this bee go on all these many years. It's really wonderful that everyone comes out for this spelling event. And congratulations to Declan Mallody. He'll be competing in Washington, D.C., representing all of us at the at the National Bee in Washington, D.C. at the end of May this year. So watch him on ESPN2, or actually shows up on ABC sometimes too. Thanks, everybody. Thanks to Town Hall. Thanks, everyone. Drive safely. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks to Chris Jeffries on the piano.